Hello everyone, my name is Jali. I'm a teacher in Hector Peterson Secondary. The COVID, it's a huge problem and a challenge to us. First, as an individual in South Africa, being a parent, being a teacher, it's a lot of strain. When we first heard about the coronavirus, it was unbelievable that there is such a thing whereby you hear, okay, it's from China, and you will think, okay, they have technology, so it will not spread that much. But now, when you hear it, the experiences, the losses, everything in South Africa, it becomes a reality. In 2020, especially when we were about to close the schools and we have set our date, having our due dates for the assignments, handing out the assignments for the learners. That's the first challenge that we really experienced, because I was teaching grade 12 life orientation then, and there was a project that I was supposed to give the learners, and then boom, we have to close the schools. So it was a challenge because I just got few learners to give the assignment to them. And then over the lockdown periods, I had to make means to give all the learners the task. That's whereby the struggle for WhatsApp, the Facebook pages and all, we have to start with. And then we started. It was a havoc because other learners, they don't have the data so that they can get the information. Others, they don't even have the cell phones where they can access or even listen to whatever that you have to talk about. And the most challenging part was the marking, because now you had to read the assignment from your laptop, and then you decide how many marks you're going to give the learners. And then when they come back, we are having that fear because they are staying in Kraaifontein, Wanastim, they are staying in Polini, they are staying in Khayelitsha. And it's those places where you visit them, you will see that the children, the people, they are flocking in the streets, in the corners, they are playing as if there's nothing. So now when they have to come back, you are having that fear. These learners are going to get infected. How are we going to deal with that? Every day, as I'm a Christian, I had to pray and pray very hard. Oh God, please help us, even help those children, especially in the initial stages whereby you were told that the learners or the children, they don't get to be sick. It's only the adults who get to be sick. That was a huge problem, and that was whereby we were so afraid to be infected. And now we are used to the contact with our learners. When they come in, you are having that period, you move around, checking the books, checking everything, and now, you are afraid to even touch the book. But at times, learners would come to your table and they are like, miss this question, miss this number, miss that. And you are like, because you have them in your heart, sometimes you just think, afterwards, I did touch this learner, I touched their boots, I hugged them, and you're like, whoa, oh my God. When you go home, you panic, and then you steal yourself, and then you put in the eucalyptus stuff and everything else. But yeah, we are still here, and with God's grace, we are still hanging on. The sad part about this is whereby you have to sit in class and learners, they will tell you that the parents have passed away due to COVID. That's where the reality really hits you. And we talked about how, because now we can't go to funeral services, we cannot go to the funerals. So it's hard for you to be there and you feel their pain. And yeah, like today, whereby we have lost a colleague, and yeah, that's taking its toll on us emotionally, physically, psychologically draining. But we have to accept the reality. Yeah, Chow is gone, but God had allowed that, so we have to accept it and be in peace with that. Still, we are striving with those difficult times, but God is our strength. Thank you.
Good afternoon. This is Miss Silo. Igama ngusindiswa. Ndilapha eHector Peterson, isikolo samabanga aphakamileyo. Ndizawuthetha nge-COVID-19. Mna personally indi-athekile i-COVID-19. Ukufika kwayo around May. Around May, we had to open the schools because beke kwavalwa yabayila lockdown, strict lockdown. And then savula ke uvula kwethu bekunzima kakhulu. Ndaye ndafumana i-slight fever and then back pains, i-sore throat, but ndabe ndiqonda andikho certain ukuza emsebenzini. I informed u-headmaster and then wacebisa ke into yobana ndihambe ndiyothesta. Ndiye ndayothesta ke in one of the centers eCape Gate, Mediclinic. And then phayana zabuya results, zabuya on the 27th to be exact of May. And then zabuya sitting the COVID plus. So the COVID was detected into my blood. It was shocking, really, it was shocking. Ndandingekho sure if ndizakwenza kanjani, even though ndiyazi into okokubana siyaxatyiswa from social media, all the media platforms, kuyathethwa ngeCOVID into yobana xa uthe wabanayo funeka uyihendishe kanjani. But immediately xa ifika kum, it was shocking. I didn't know what to do or what to say. I cried because for me it was a life-threatening. And then I was scared for my life. I was scared for my kids. I've got two kids, both girls. One is 14 years and the other one is 4 years. So I was worried. I felt, oh my God, they're going to grow up without a mother. But ndaba positive. I've cancelled myself. I've decided, let me be strong. Yes, ndazenza ke zonke techniques like steam, having multivitamins, trying to live healthy in the process, even though I still had those back pains. After 14 days, I was fine. I recovered well, I thought. After 2 months, I had the COVID-19 after effects. I went to the hospital and then I was told that my lungs were affected. I had a short breath, terrible short breath. My throat now started to act up because at first I didn't have all those symptoms. It was just the fever and the back pains. Now the throat, the loss of breath, everything. And then I was scared again. There was time where I said, God, because I was just scared. I knew that maybe I was going to die. because we knew that this disease, this virus is killing people. We know people who died because of COVID-19, but I'm grateful that I'm still here today trying to share my experiences. At work, it's difficult. I'm teaching isiXhosa. I'm a home language teacher. With my kids, I teach grade 10s. With my kids, it's very difficult for me to not go to them and check their books and then go around the classroom. But with COVID-19, I had to stand in front, strictly in front. Ndime phayana ndideliverisha lesson and then ndoyika nokusayina iincwadi zabantwana. But yeah, as time goes by, ayisuka wethu ndazixelela into yobana no, we're going to live with this, because zikhona iilento ezi-educational talks, educational kits, everything. So emsebenzini, even yonke into, we must be careful. We had to be careful. And for a person who's been through this, bekunzima nje, but we had to. So workplace-wise, it was not easy, but we managed up until the end of the year. By the end of the year, because everyone now was consulting me if maybe a family member or they've contracted this virus, they will call me, or maybe I would hear and then I would try to motivate and encourage them, so for them to continue and move on with the virus. But now my colleague, Mr. Slote over here, he posted on our group. We have a group, a WhatsApp group, a school's WhatsApp group, where he said he is now admitted for COVID-19. Immediately when you told me that he was admitted in East London, one of the hospitals there, I gave him a call myself. I told him if he maybe can leave and go home, where he can steam and do all those things. But unfortunately for him, it was late because he was already at the hospital. A few days after, we heard that he passed on. He passed on due to COVID. He succumbed. It teared me a lot. I knew him back in the 2014 when I started with the school. He was in the same department as I. We were working together. He was teaching isiXhosa as well. Because I was also sick during the year. And for me, I felt this was supposed to be me. I cried. I was so emotional, very emotional. And then, but unfortunately, there was nothing, absolutely nothing I could or anyone could do. He passed on, and for me, I felt maybe if he didn't go to hospitals, maybe if he wasn't big. When losing someone due to COVID, you have all those maybes. Maybe he could have done this, he could have done that, but unfortunately, indlela zethu asizazi. Umda xa ufikile. Whether umuntu ubhubhile because of COVID-19 or any other illness for that matter, we still have the questions. So for me, ndisatsho nangoku, ingathi inoba kwakumele ndim kwasekuqaleni kwa-last year already, indlela le bekungalulanga ngayo. So yeah, COVID-19 khange kube lula. akukho lula nangoku because we must always have our mask on, sanitizing our hands, social distancing, those are COVID-19 protocols we must adhere to. Yeah, so our lives are not normal. We're not going anywhere. We're just stuck with the kids in the house because we're scared. Siyoyika, this whole thing is a life threatening. So that's my take when it comes to COVID-19. Thank you.
Good day. I am Tabisa Makata. I would like to talk about this pandemic, the new normal, yobomi that we have to live now from March 2020. This pandemic isiphathele izinto ebomini esingazange sazicinga, but some of us who do research sibonile ukuthi it happened once in 18 something. It might be called something different, but now isiphathele izinto. But apho kubuhlungu khona is that we have lost many of our family members, our colleagues, our friends. Now, when it came ekuqaleni kwayo, some of us, I think I was one of them, who was like, what is this? And I was a little bit ignorant until I realized ukuthi this is true. After 2 or 3 weeks, ifikile. And I remember when umphathi told us that one of our colleagues unale virus, I started to panic. But because Mr. Mongovana ungulomuntu anguye, he calmed me down, wandicacisela that kunendlela elula nengekho lula uba ifumaneke ngayo. And then he told me not to worry. And then, yeah, after that I realized, hey, this is real. It's happening and ikhona, and nobody knows ukuba izophela nini. This thing of rules and regulations, social distancing, mask, I felt ukuthi this mask iyasuffocate. And I was one of the people who were like, ayifaka xa ndikufutshane nomntu kodwa ke xa ndihleli ndedwa I don't have to put it on. But as ixesha lihamba, I lost one of my family members due to COVID-19. Then that's when it started to sink engqondweni yami ukuthi hey, this is real. And then wahamba unyaka, abantu basweleka, and abantu endibaziyo yandivisa kabuhlungu kakhulu. But then now I believe in God. That's when I started to pray more ukuthi uThixo asincede, ancede abantu bakhe. Xa uhamba elokishini ubona ukuthi abantu they are ignorant, baziselela utywala, buvaliwe utywala, but people manage to get utywala ngendlela zabo. And then yangase ke ngoku ndingenelele, sometimes feeling like ingaske ume phambi kwabo ubafundise, ubabonise, ubacacisele. Now as an educator, the learners nabo bebe nayo the way ebebesenza ngayo izinto bebe ignorant xa uqala kwayo. But then as someone who's educated, as someone who got information, who did research ngale COVID-19, then I had to ubandize nayo eklasini, especially the grade 11s of Hector Peterson. Ndibabone, ndibaxelele, ndibafundise. And some of them, when you are a teacher, if abantwana by 20, even if by 12 abayifumanayo lento uyithethayo, lento uzama uyicacisa, they will do impact kwabanye bababonise. So I tried all my level best uba ndibabonise abantwana that ignorance ayizosinceda nto. because some of us, we have parents at our homes. Bahleli, bamamele rules and regulations, they're doing their level best, but ngubani ngoku oza nayo kubo? Siphela singabanye siba zingegama kusoleke both parents. Is because of our ignorance. So ndababonisa ke abantwana ukuthi ayizonceda into ofane bacinga bafana babona ayizobafumana i-COVID because basixelele uba bangabantwana and bona bayaphila because bancinci ayizobenzana. But what about the parents? Because at the end of the day ngabo abazawuphela beba zii-orphans ngoba kaloku bayizisa emakhayeni. I remember hearing the story somama waseBhayi owayehleli endlini yena but yangabantwana abazula ngaphandle. Yes, kunyanzelekile siphumile ngaphandle, but if we listen, if we practice ezaa rules and regulations, then it means sonke sisi-South Africans. If we can try to stop ignorance yethu, siyeke ukungamameli, siyeke ukungeva, then it means singakwazi ukusinqoba esi sifo. If we can go back kwiBhayibhile, sifunde iBhayibhile, sihlale sithandaze, sithethe noThixo, angasinceda because asithandazi. Yes, singabe siyathandaza, but sometimes ufumanise umuntu simple because ngoku usengxakini kukona acinga into yoba mandithethe noThixo, kanti uThixo sithetha naye ngamaxesha onke, whether we are happy, whether we are unhappy, whether kukonwabekile okanye akonwabekanga. Now kubalulekile that sifundisane, kubalulekile that sithethe nabantwana bethu, kubalulekile that sispread the message about i-COVID. We've lost one of our colleagues, Mr. Sloti. Khange kube mandi. He was one person ebengumuntu nice. Ebesidla ngogezelana ke no Mr. Chawe ngemoto. Athi Magaqa yibona mosihama yam. Ndicela sitshintshiselane ngemoto. I mean, now that umkile iyavakala indawo yakhe. Now it means le pandemic, it means le COVID iyaphila. Now singabantu makhe sitry, because itshintshile ngoku indlela esiphila ngayo. Masamkele ukuthi yonke into iyatshintsha, masamkele ukuthi ubomi buyatshintsha, indlela yokwenza izinto nathi masiyitshintshe. Yes, sinebelief yokuthi ethubeni izawuhamba ihambe iphele if thina siyamamela, if thina silandela imiqathango ingahamba ihambe iphele. Because if usuleleko luye lusehla ngenxa yoba thina simamela, ngenxa yoba sisenza ngendlela, then ingedlula, konke kuyedlula. Yes, idlula kapisi, idlulisa ebuhlungwini because izithathile i-family members zethu, izithathile ii-colleagues zethu, izithathile ii-friends zethu. But at the end, konke kuyedlula. Thina bashiyekileyo, let us try to spread the message. Let us try to educate abantu who are uneducated. Let us sanitize. Let us wash our hands with soap. Let us try to maintain a social distance. Thank you.